Welcome to another episode of Bored and Annoyed. There was a big event this week, Alex.
Yeah. Oh my God, there was such a great event that happened recently.
Well, I'm glad that it was in the front of your mind because that means a lot to me.
Oh, I mean, it's Comic-Con and Marvel, man. I mean,
Alex.
What?
I got married last week.
Oh,
but it's good to know. I understand the Marvel release schedule.
Let me be, as somebody who wasn't there, let me be the first to congratulate you.
Thank you. Well, congratulations to you for knowing how your life is mapped out for the next 3 years, or how long is it?
Yeah, I mean, some people have 5-year plans. It's
pretty much scheduled.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm Jackson.
I'm home at the movies.
And this week we are tackling the big Comic-Con, the big marketing bonanza of Comic-Con.
Yes.
All the new trailers.
That's pretty much it. All the new trailers, all the news.
I mean, DC and Marvel. Oh, wait. Somebody wasn't present. And Star Wars wasn't really there either, were they?
Yeah, well, I mean, can you blame them?
They have their own convention too, I guess.
D23, yeah. Disney really is they're looking to make that they're looking to, if they can, just not have Comic-Con anymore, not go with any of their properties.
Yeah, they're too good for Comic-Con, except for Marvel. They got to send Marvel, right?
It'll be interesting to see what they do in 5 years' time.
How do you not have Marvel at Comic-Con though?
If you got D23, right? I mean, if you got, well, you're right, because I think there would be a fan backlash.
Right.
But you want to get into the news?
Yeah, sure.
Bringing you the most important and the most entertaining news that you will get all day. It's the movie news with a couple of rabble-rousers, Jackson and Home at the Movies. It's Bored and Annoyed with the news.
So non-Comic-Con news, stuff that we missed thanks to somebody getting married.
Oh, okay.
Being an adult.
Yeah, being an adult. That's right.
Yeah, growing up and stuff. I'm the Peter Pan of the podcast. I'll never grow up. Mad Max is getting sequels, 2 sequels, and a Furiosa spinoff.
That's fucking crazy to me.
Yes.
That's exciting.
George Miller, I don't know how involved he's going to be, but he says they're coming.
He crushed it with the last one. Is he directing these? Do we know?
I don't think we know quite yet.
Okay.
But they're in levels of development.
Well, if he's not directing it, he should get the Mission Impossible guy to direct them.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's great. That would be great.
Macquarie or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, that movie.
Because they're kind of, like similar as far as like not much character development. It's crazy fucking action scenes.
Yeah.
Well shot action scenes. Lots of practical shit going on. Stunt work.
That movie. I mean, you remember when that came out? That was during the whole like doing it practically. Like that was like the big thing at the time.
Dude, that movie, and it was crazy because it actually won a bunch of Oscars, which was shocking. Mad Max.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
We're talking Fury Road, of course.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's a crazy movie.
Yeah.
So.
I hope that they'll do something along the lines of, just because George Miller is so old, I hope they shoot him just back to back. I know that's trying.
They probably will.
I think you kind of have to at this point if you're going to have him direct.
Now it'll be interesting too, though, because all the Mad Max movies are kind of their own separate, like serialized stories. There's not. He's kind of your vessel to take you through the world.
Yeah.
So if they do 2 at the same time, is it going to be like are they going to be true sequels where it's one story, or would it be? Because I would prefer if they're all kind of their own thing.
Is he ever going to get out of like a desert setting? Is that ever? And if he does, would people revolt? They'd be like, this is not my Mad Max.
I mean, I would argue that in the original one, it was more like the apocalypse had just kind of happened, and then in the second one, kind of a desert setting. The third one had like a jungle setting in part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
The one with Tina Turner.
Yeah.
And then this one was the one where it is pure desert sand. It's almost like it's on a different continent than the rest of them. So I don't know. Maybe they will do something different. But if it's taking place in the same place and they're trying to connect it to the previous movie, you almost have to do the desert thing.
Right. Unless unless the whole movie can be or I guess the series can be a get from point A to point B.
Right.
And point
well,
B
and
is,
does Tom Hardy even have to play Max? I would say no.
He doesn't.
I would argue he doesn't even have to play him.
He doesn't. He's a great actor. I think I would rather he would.
Okay. See, I don't care if he does or not, because I do think he's a great actor, but I don't think he was like great in that movie because it wasn't demanding of him to be great.
It's true. I would just like consistency.
Sure.
That's my thing.
They should bring Mel Gibson back.
Yeah.
Old man Mel Gibson play old Mad Max and then just really confuse the fuck out of everyone.
Well, while we're on the topic of crazy old white dudes, let's talk about Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
Todd McFarlane was recently asked about, kind of what took so long for getting the Spawn movie off the ground. He said that a lot of it had to do with creative differences with people over the years.
Okay.
And basically now he's saying that that's not the problem with, I think it's A24 who's doing this one.
Sure. A24 is doing Spawn?
I believe so.
If that's true, that's fucking tight.
It's a low budget movie.
Right.
It's going to be very low budget. But yeah,
or they're just distributing it. Yeah.
Part of me says, of course, Todd would blame other people. You guys don't understand my awesome vision. He's got so many pouches so many spikes.
He makes such sweet action figures, though.
Does he make them?
Oh, it's all Todd. Yeah.
His name's plastered all over him.
Oh, yeah, it's all Todd, man.
Don't you have some somewhere in the old man cave?
I might have a Rob Zombie one somewhere.
Okay.
And I think that's a Todd McFarlane, but I'm not sure. But I would be willing to bet that man has made a mint.
Oh, right.
On the action figures.
Yes. Well, even on just Spawn as a character, because he owns him outright.
Right.
So there's a lot of money there. I give Todd shit, but it's also because he's just not very self-aware.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche.
But I like him.
But he did make Spawn.
He did make Spawn. Yes, the most 90s character just about ever.
Oh, yeah.
He's got pouches.
Pouches everywhere.
He's got
because in
biggest
hell,
fucking
when
guns.
you come from hell, you need pouches.
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, he just looks like Venom. He's Venom with a cape.
Right.
But anyways. So Game of Thrones, the last season, widely loved by all. 32 Emmy nominations, a record.
That's ridiculous.
How do you feel? Tell me how you really feel.
I mean, it's clear what this is. It's just like the Return of the King thing where, all of a sudden they give the Return of the King 12 Oscars or whatever it was. Not that it was bad. It was a hell of a lot better than the final season of Game of Thrones.
That's true.
But come on.
Yeah.
Like this deserves more Emmy nominations than like any season of Breaking Bad or give me a break. Shut up.
There are some actors that actually went out because I guess you have to throw down and it's like an obscenely low amount of money. It's like $600 for to nominate yourself.
Didn't
for an
Brienne?
Emmy. Brienne did, and
she was good.
Dickless did.
Dickless did?
I forget.
Which one? Dickless varies or Dinklage? Like
Dinklage?
The character who's actually Dickless?
No, the other one who's Dickless.
Which one's Dickless?
He got his dick chopped off by...
Alfie Allen, Theon.
Yeah, he nominated himself too.
Okay. And they both got nominated?
They both got nominated.
You know, they might have been two of the best performances in the show.
I think Peter Dinklage and those two actually were the best in that season. But they were swimming in a sea of mediocrity, so that doesn't mean a whole lot.
I hope they don't win. I'm sorry. Does that sound bad?
No.
There's got to be better performances.
There's definitely better. I've seen tons of better performances this year.
Yeah. That girl who played Susie in Stranger Things, that's who's got my vote. Fucking Susie.
She had damn near the same amount of screen time as fucking Theon did.
Hey.
You know I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but Theon saved the world. Or wait, no, he really didn't. He just got killed.
he just kind of ran in like an idiot.
Got killed, yeah.
Just like, look at me.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoilers. Yeah. I'm sorry if you weren't part of the fucking cultural conversation 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Anyways, let's get to our main topic. Good old Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah. So this is kind of a very extended trailer time.
Yes, and we might tack on a couple trailers that aren't Comic-Con related.
Yes,
at
definitely.
The end. Or should we get those out of the way right away? What do you want to do?
Let's tack them on at the end.
Okay.
So first out of the gate, we got Zombieland Double Tap.
I loved the beginning of this trailer, the gladiator. Like, it reminded me of Gladiator, how he walks through like the fields with his hands on
right.
I don't know, that made me laugh. I think it looks fun.
I think it looks really stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it looks fun just because Woody Harrelson, still playing around with all these characters, lots of cameos. I mean, you know what it's going to be, right?
It was way too jokey. I felt like they abandoned the zombies for the jokes in this.
Well, we'll see. It's the trailer.
It's a trailer. Yeah,
Although then the concern is, are all the jokes in the trailer?
Right.
It was a long trailer, too. It was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds or something.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, it didn't really make me laugh.
I thought it was pretty funny. Anytime Woody Harrelson opens his mouth, though, I laugh.
I mean, I like Woody Harrelson. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not on board. I'm not on board.
I like the little Bizarro Jerry bit at the end.
That was the best part of the trailer. But at that point, I was so not on board anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't hate it. It's just like, it looks dumb to me. It just doesn't look funny.
All right, well, as long as it's better than that fucking late or the movie that came out recently about the zombies.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes there's a part of me that thinks like maybe it's a society. Like, you remember, like, we were like, oh, we love vampires,
sure,
Twilight, whatever.
Sure.
I'm thinking maybe zombies are on their way out.
Okay. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I think we need a rest.
We need a break. Yeah, I would agree. Except for Kingdom. They can bring that back.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, break, except for when you do it in an original, new, awesome way.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, let's keep them with the sequels. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh my God. I mean,
Tom Cruise came out.
It's a Tom Cruise vehicle, clearly. It's just him putting his jacket on.
Yes. You know what I love is the beginning with Ed Harris. And he's like, you'd be a 5-star general at this point. Look at you, Captain.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those like screenwriting things where you're like, this is how I'll make my character seem like a real badass. Everybody will talk about him. You're like, he's really awesome.
Well, it's funny because it's like, okay, how do we explain that Tom Cruise is still just a captain fighter pilot? We need to do a reboot here, a soft reboot, basically.
Yep.
Oh, he's just so cool. And he wants to be in the muck. So he didn't take any promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a disaster of a movie.
But
how could it not be entertaining?
No, I believe it's the Tron Legacy director.
Okay.
And he also did that one about Tom Cruise where Tom Cruise meets his clone.
Oh, Oblivion.
Oh,
okay.
So
it doesn't look like Oblivion. It looks like...
I mean, it looks like a regular movie.
Yeah, right. Like Oblivion was shot in more of like a clever, boring... I don't know how to explain. I want to call it boring, but I like the movie. But it's very like steady and slow. Lots of like practical. Like, I know the backgrounds for the effects, like they built the set and then literally had them oh God, what do you call it? Like thrown up on a giant screen. Like the way they filmed it was weird. This looks more like Michael Bay-esque a little bit. You got the close-up shots of slow-mo Tom Cruise walking cool. It reminded me of like in Armageddon when they're like getting ready to get on the ship to leave the planet.
when he's driving his motorcycle and the wind is in his hair.
Oh God.
I'm like, did they just pull this from the old movie? How have you not aged? But then like the close-ups where he's just standing, you're like, you've aged
quite a bit.
You've aged, but also his hair, man.
Oh, he's just Tom Cruise.
I'd kill for that hair.
He basically is playing the same fucking character in every movie, though, and it works for him. When he tried to do something a little different, that Mummy movie, it was just a disaster. Yeah.
The greatest scream in cinema history.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Top Gun. Am I excited?
No.
I
thought that it would have more fun in the trailer because Top Gun is kind of a fun 80s movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like homoerotic undertones in the original Top Gun.
Let's all get together, take our shirts off.
Let's see if they do it again. I mean,
I gotta say,
I did see like a volleyball game or something.
Yes,
like
there was
that.
something like that going on.
You gotta do that again.
You do. Well, the thing is like that original movie is just kind of fun. Like him and Val Kilmer, like the Iceman. Yeah. Like they don't get along.
He's back too, but he's not in the trailer.
That's what has me most intrigued. I want to see if Val Kilmer lost some weight and how much.
Last picture I saw of him, I think he had gotten ill, and he looked like total shit.
Did he?
So I don't know how he's in this.
I like Val Kilmer.
So do I.
Like I thought he's
a good actor.
Hot take. His Batman is not the worst Batman.
Oh, well, George Clooney exists. So.
Yes, exactly. But
he wasn't terrible as Batman, though.
No, the writing around his movie was bad, but as Batman, he was actually fine.
Pretty good pick.
Yeah.
He's been, in the 90s, he had some good movies. Like there was that movie, The Saint, where he was like this. It's fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him. So I wish him all the best.
He was also the bad guy in MacGruber.
I never saw MacGruber.
Oh, my God.
I did. I never saw
something else.
Okay. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, we've got Terminator Dark Fate.
I still think this looks stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
It feels like a direct-to-DVD movie to me.
Yeah, it looks like shit. It looks pointless.
You know what it is like it's and this is the cynical part of me, and I kind of hate how cynicism has taken over everything. Like nowadays, like you can't just enjoy something,
right?
You know, but
let me be cynical.
Yeah, let me be cynical for a second. The reason that Linda Hamilton is back is because they realize that Arnold Schwarzenegger is no longer the draw for the franchise because he's done 3 terrible ones.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks... the essential problem is that once you get past T2, if you're following the story of the movie, everything that happened in T2 is completely delegitimized now because all these movies water it down.
Yep.
So
it's why
there's always some excuse for why Judgment Day, like what? How is Arnold an old guy living in a cabin? How?
That might be the most intriguing thing about the movie.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Right. I don't know. They haven't found a way to make this interesting.
Right.
Because what's with the Terminator? Oh, it's like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 fused together.
Right.
Like that's it.
Yep.
And I don't know, are they separate ones? Because that would be cool in that it's actually 2 separate Terminators, but one wears the other one.
Okay, that's a neat idea.
That would be interesting. I don't think that's what it's going to be.
But again, it's just another gimmick bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would be neat, but... here's a question.
Yeah.
Is Arnold going to have the consciousness of the Arnold from T2, or is he a brand new robot that doesn't know anything that happened in the past?
He can't be the one from T2.
Why can't he be?
Because he melted.
Okay. Well,
he did the
his
thumbs up and everything.
Uploaded to the Cyberdyne cloud, and now 20 years later,
no cloud. There
is now, but it was bouncing in space.
So he just set
the same satellites that were beaming the signals in Independence Day were bouncing Arnold's.
They're connected.
Well, here's where I'm going.
I'm on board.
Well, here's where I'm going with this. Is like, if he's not, and you're trying to make it like this, I mean, it's essentially they're dubbing this like the true sequel to T2, kind of.
Which has always worked so well historically.
But if he's not that Arnold, then the connection isn't there for that. Yep. I do hear what's his name's back though too. It's John Connor.
The kid.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I gotta say, so James Cameron came out and he did his fucking shill thing. I
saw that. He's done it for every fucking one of them.
Yeah, it's like your word means nothing. James.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
He thought 5 was great.
Yes,
that's what he said. It's gonna reboot the franchise.
Yeah. Shut up, James. Just go and make your shitty fucking blue people movie. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say anymore.
Yeah, no, just go make your next huge blockbuster
huge
movie.
blockbuster movie that's going to make billions.
Yeah,
You
right. Just
fuck.
go do that. You're good at that.
You're absolute fuck. Yeah, no, he's not a salesman. He's not a salesman. Yeah, I don't see a point in this. I'm just done with this franchise. Like, can we just let it die? Can we just let things die from time to time? And then It Chapter 2.
This looks great.
I'm excited for this.
I'm really excited. Apparently, it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's long.
That's really long. That's really long for a horror movie.
It is very long. There's a lot they need to do, though, because they've still got kid shit in the movie and they have the adult shit. So
I want the giant space turtle.
I don't know if we're going to get that. If they really do this, Pennywise was like a guy who got turned, that will be fucking lame.
I don't want that.
No,
I
me
really
neither.
don't
Go
want
all
that.
out wacky with it.
I think what you have to do is that's a giant misdirect, and really it's like Pennywise came and killed that guy and took his form.
Sure.
That's the only thing I think you can do.
Okay. But it looks good, though.
It looks really good.
The fucking cast they got is just outstanding.
Yes. I forget his name. The guy from, he was on, he was on SNL.
Yeah, the guy who plays Barry.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. They actually did a good job of actually casting people that kind of look like the kids, too.
It's almost dark-esque.
Yes.
With how close they look.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen Dark, go and watch Dark.
Go watch Dark.
It's fucking great.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's only the best thing.
That's our,
maybe
I don't know,
in
like
a decade. I don't know.
Like
it's one of the best things ever made.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe so. That's like our fifth or sixth plug for
We'll
Dark
keep
at this
plugging
point.
It.
Look for it next week.
I just wedged it into an It conversation purely for that purpose.
Okay, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. What are you thinking about this?
It looks bad.
There are lines that I laughed at in the trailer, but as a whole, it doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't. Although,
but I really like Kevin James, Kevin Smith. I hate Kevin James. I really like Kevin Smith.
Okay. See, now I was trying to think of what his last good movie was, and I went to Clerks 2.
Probably Clerks 2.
Which was a long time ago.
It was.
I know he's made a couple movies since
Tusk.
then.
Did you see Tusk?
I never saw Tusk, and and I shouldn't say that it was his last good movie if I haven't seen him, but he made Tusk. Wait a minute. He made a pretty good movie called like Red State or something that was like an anti-conservative, like gun control movie, like a serious movie.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he made that. And that was pretty good. Basically it's like a Waco type situation with a crew that's like a cultish, whatever, they have guns.
Right. Yeah.
So that was pretty good, but like he hasn't been. I feel like the 90s were his heyday, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Clerks 2 is pretty damn good, though.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, the part where the guy makes the dude puke because he makes fun of Lord of the Rings so hard is really fucking funny.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But that's pre-Transformers. That's how old that is now.
Original Transformers?
Because there was the movie, the Michael Bay movie.
Was that 2007, 2008?
I don't know, but I know that because there was a joke in it about that.
Really?
Like there was a joke in Clerks 2 about the Transformers being announced. Yes.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, I guess it'll probably be funny, right? I mean, I don't know. It just looks terrible though.
Yeah.
I did hear that Matt Damon is playing Loki from Dogma. The same character as Dogma, and Brody's in there from Mallrats. Yep. So Ben
Affleck is back.
Yeah, one thing that bothers me. He's casting his daughter in his movies now.
Is he?
Yeah, his daughter is playing Jay's daughter. In the movie,
okay.
I think.
Okay.
And she was in that Yoga Hosers movie he made with Johnny Depp's daughter in it.
Okay.
Which I heard is like
terrible,
an abomination.
Okay.
Yes. So I mean. Okay, Kevin. He's like a hobbyist movie maker, though. Like, I don't know.
That's fine. I think the thing that we as a culture, or we as a nerd film culture, like about him is that he represents the everyman. Like, you just get down, you just make a cheap ass movie about your real life, basically, and you make it, and you get to be a director, and you do a couple good, like Dogma's really great.
Yep.
Clerks 2 is really great.
I really like Dogma a lot.
So yeah, I think he probably represents that more than actually like a great filmmaker, but that's okay. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
he did make Zach and Miri make a porno too.
I didn't see that one. Was it good?
It's okay.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at with him.
Okay.
Like, I don't expect greatness out of anything. I feel like even like Clerks is probably his best movie. The first one. I really love Mallrats, but it's not like a great movie.
Yeah, I like Mallrats a lot. Yeah.
But right. So I'm excited to see it, I guess. I mean, but it doesn't.
I'm excited to revisit the characters, but once again, it's the am I going to be robbed like I was with all these nostalgia plays recently?
Right. Well, and it's Jay and Silent Bob reboot, so it is a nostalgia play.
And I do like that. The best thing that Kevin Smith can do is actually have commentary on what's going on in the film and nerd culture.
Sure.
And so when he's doing the whole like, oh, they're fucking rebooting our movie and we got to stop this movie.
Yes.
Like, good. Okay.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So hopefully it's good. I'm not, like you said, I'm not expecting much.
No.
Jojo Rabbit.
This looks fun. Now, this is not Comic-Con, right?
This is non-Comic-Con.
We're out of Comic-Con?
Well, we're taking a dip out of Comic-Con.
Okay.
Just to deal with some original new trailers.
This looks like it'll be great. It's only a minute-long trailer, little teaser. But Taika playing Hitler or
Taika Waititi.
I don't understand exactly what was going on.
Right,
but it did look funny.
Yeah,
is this the one you were telling me about like a year ago?
Yes,
that sounded like the wackiest, most fucked up thing ever.
Yep. Yeah. Taika is playing an amalgamation of the boys' real life father and Hitler, and he's an imaginary friend.
Sure.
And he comes and talks to the child. And, you know, a lot of people were kind of like, oh, is this trivializing World War II? It's like, no, it's not. At what point do we get to make fun? Like, the producers made fun of Hitler.
I say you can make fun of Hitler.
Yeah. And we can make fun of this. It's okay.
I say you can make fun of whatever you want, and if people are bothered by it, then they can leave the theater or, you know, not go to the movie, whatever.
And obviously, this is a real tough balancing act as far as like the tone that you have to strike and, you know, all of that. Because it is serious when it comes to, obviously, what happened to the Jews. But I think it looks fantastic.
It looks good. Yeah, I would agree. It
kind of reminds me of a Wes Anderson movie.
It looks like it'll be a little less dry than Wes, but yes.
Yeah. Cinematography wise, I would say.
I would agree.
So yeah, this is probably my most anticipated movie of the year.
Oh, wow.
At this point. Yeah.
Okay. God, I'd have to think about that, really. I guess It Chapter 2 maybe now? I don't know.
It's definitely not Star Wars.
Star Wars maybe, but that's just because it's a thing.
Right.
Not because I think it's going to be great, but
the only other one that could maybe get me as excited is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh yes, this looks fantastic.
It's the most wholesome that we've. It's wholesome squared. It's Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers.
Right. Yeah, it looks great.
You don't get more wholesome than that.
I mean, how could it not be great? It's going to be tough though because that documentary came out and it was so good.
Right.
That this, I can't imagine, will be as good as that. But
right. Yeah.
It does look good, though.
I noticed in the trailer, he really kind of nailed the mannerisms of the guy.
Yes, he is the guy to play Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
For sure. And the fact that the guy from The Americans, Matthew Rhys Davies, or whatever his name is, Matthew Rhys is in it. I really like him. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you had told me like 5-10 years ago they're going to make a movie starring Tom Hanks about Mr. Rogers, I don't think I would have been on board.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. But I think that documentary really, really helped me sort of see the point in doing that.
Sure.
And maybe the importance of Mr. Rogers and what he means to us all.
I mean, the only thing we need to fear is that now that this movie's coming out, some kid says he was molested by Mr. Rogers like the day before it comes out.
Oh, God.
And then everyone's lives are
ruined. It's all over.
Yeah. I mean, this is the world we live in, though.
Why did you have to say
it? Could happen. It could happen. It could be true. It could not be true.
Mass suicides.
Yeah, well, and then whoever made this movie's really pissed.
Yeah. And then the last newest trailer literally just dropped like yesterday. The Lighthouse.
I am really stoked for this.
It looks good.
It looks fucking weird. Willem Dafoe is just...
I love the aspect ratio is different. That's great. The traditional black and white. He even like shot it. This is from the guy who did The Witch.
Yeah. It looks like an old movie.
It looks, it looks
like a Nosferatu era movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Like silent film era.
I love that he lit things in the same way. He didn't just like throw it in black and white. He like lit it like it was shot in black and white. That's fucking great. Willem Dafoe, unbelievable. I love this man. Like when he dies, it's going to be fucking awful.
Did you ever watch that movie where he plays Nosferatu, but Nosferatu's a real vampire?
God damn it. What was that called?
I'll send you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. I completely forgot about it. And Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the awful actor who's terrible. And all he's done is do like indie films and get hailed with fucking how great he is for the last 3 years.
He's going to be the worst Batman.
Yeah.
He's going to be worse than George Clooney.
He's good. I have no reason to, and the two of them, it's going to be like a performance driven movie.
Yes.
And that they're both good. So
I love at the end, Willem Dafoe, like, how long have we been out here?
Yeah.
2 days.
Well, what is
3 weeks?
What keeps getting repeated again in the trailer?
Oh, right. Yeah, that was almost.
Why'd you narc or why'd you spill your beans?
Yeah, why'd you spill your beans?
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because you watch the trailer and it's like, I really don't know what the fuck this is about. Like they're stuck at a lighthouse.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
They're going mad or something?
I think they're going mad. It looks so good. It looks really good. I'm very excited.
That might be my number one now, as far as what I'm excited for.
I think the order in which that we just talked about them is my order of excitement.
Okay.
But I'm also
any one of them could come out on top.
Yeah, they all look great. They all look great. Now we're gonna dive back in.
We're gonna get into that really not important.
No. We're diving back into Comic-Con.
Right. The shill.
No, not the shill.
We're not into shills.
No, we've still got some trailers. Picard. We're on to our show section.
Okay. Picard. Oh, it's the shows. Okay. Picard doesn't look like Star Trek: The Next Generation. No. I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be like a slow, maybe him living on a farm somewhere.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like that. So,
I'm
not getting CBS All Access for what I saw in that trailer.
Definitely not. It feels like it fits in with the Star Trek movies that J.J. Abrams made.
Right.
Which I
haven't seen the CBS show that they have now, Discovery. I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
But that looks like that too.
Yeah. And I'm a little tired of that because Star Trek is about like, it's brain over brawn.
Not anymore.
No, it's explosions over explosions.
Yeah.
And there is something very hollow about at the end when he says engage. Like it just doesn't work.
No.
I was stoked to see Data though.
Data and what's her name from Voyager?
7 of 9 or 11?
7 of 9.
11 of 9?
I think it's 7 of 9.
Okay. I never watched Voyager. Okay. I actually want to, but I never did. Star Trek: The Next Generation is the fucking shit.
Star Trek original series, TOS, man. It's all about that TOS.
Where they had like aliens where it was just like, one half of them is black and the other half is white.
OG style. Paper walls.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I like it.
Yep. Oh, man.
But to your point, though, that either one of those shows, like you can say, the reason why Star Trek kind of is ageless, even the originals are worth watching, is because the characters are good and it's not about all the shit. It's not about the effects. It's not about the action. Yeah. It's about the relationships between the characters, the moral quandaries that they find themselves in.
Yes.
This isn't Star Trek anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
what about like, I don't like this whole like plot centering around like this Messiah girl.
Oh, of course there's a Messiah.
She's the destroyer.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who she is.
We need a MacGuffin.
Yep.
And we're just going to...
It's a girl. The girl is the MacGuffin. twist. No, I'm not interested.
No, it's not interesting at all. Yeah, I was kind of excited.
I was excited until I saw the trailer.
Hopefully they try Kirk next year with William Shatner. And he can't do anything action related, so.
Oh my God, you imagine? Oh my God. They could actually do that.
Oh my God. I am back. Yeah.
I have to be honest, all I ever wanted, and it's the Avengers part of me, all I ever wanted was a series, not a movie, a series. Movie is
terrible.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Kirk meets Picard.
Yeah.
What a whole goddamn series about that shit.
Never going to get that.
They're wildly, wildly different captains.
That's what's cool.
Yes.
That's what's cool. Yeah. I'm
fucking disappointed.
Not gonna get it.
Yep. It'll never happen.
It is interesting, though. What a cool concept and how awesome that show is. The fact that, like, every series that I've seen, the captain is like a completely different type of person.
Yeah. Wasn't Worf from Next Generation, wasn't he a captain on one?
I don't remember. I don't know if he was a captain. There was the Voyager chick.
Yeah.
There's Scott Bakula.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much the 4 that I've seen episodes of.
Was it Deep Space Nine, or was that a different series entirely?
Deep Space Nine, was that the one with the big eared guy? That's
Maybe.
Star Trek. It's Star Trek, but I don't know if Worf might have been on it. I don't think he was a captain, though.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I really
but you know what I mean? Like, they're all different characters.
Yes.
You know, they are very distinct characters.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know.
I gotta say, I didn't love the whole, and it was exactly what I was expecting after Logan came out, and then I heard that Picard was coming. It felt very Logan-y.
Kind of.
I'm tired, and I found a girl, and she doesn't know what she is.
Right? No, that's true.
Fuck you.
Logan should appear in the show.
You know what? That would make it better.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
That's true.
So let's go on to The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Henry Cavill.
I never played this game.
Neither did I.
These books or whatever the fuck it's based on.
So we're literally just basing this on the trailer.
It looks okay. I mean,
yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do as like the head of this. I don't know if I know he played Superman. I'm still not sold on him as like the leading man, like the charisma. I don't know if it's there. He's
got more goodwill on my part because of what he did in Mission Impossible.
Yes, that's true. And I actually liked him in the what the hell was the name?
The Guy Ritchie one?
Yeah, the Guy Ritchie one.
Yeah.
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 He was one of my favorite Guy Ritchie movies.
That was a lot of fun in that movie.
It was. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, that was.
So yeah, you're right. He was, and you're right. He did have some swagger.
Yeah.
In Mission Impossible.
So I'm hoping for him. He seems like a really nice guy, and he actually apparently is a big fan of this series. So I hope him all the best. But as far as what I saw, there were a lot of close-ups. A lot of like very like small rooms that people were in.
Sure.
And so there's a big part of me that says outside of probably, I'd say a couple battles and probably some impressive shots in those battles, but they're going to be sparse. It's going to be a really low budget show.
Sure.
I mean, cause like how could you warrant making like a series for $100 million for 10 episodes on The Witcher? How could you do that?
You're probably not wrong. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if you can. We'll see.
Best shot in the trailer, though, at least as far as I'm concerned, I loved the shot where he had the makeup on his eyes and shit.
Yeah, he looks all evil and shit.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I want to watch this guy's show.
Well, they keep showing that poster where he's like standing on a cliffside looking into the ocean, and I'm sitting there like looking at the poster, like, what is he looking at?
The ocean.
That's it?
The ocean.
I feel like he lives out there. Like he's, I don't know. It just seems odd to me.
It's really pretty.
I think there'd be like a ship or a monster.
Didn't you just like go like and spend like a ton of time on the sea?
Yeah, but he's in like cold ocean.
Oh.
It's not like pretty blue waters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Now you're back
back in Wisconsin.
Good old Wisconsin. We got our cheese curds.
Yeah, right. I did miss cheese curds though, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Whatever. I'm not excited.
There's There's an overwhelming boredom from you for most of these trailers. No, you're not wrong.
Right.
I feel like most of Comic-Con was met with a giant sigh.
Right.
How about His Dark Materials?
That looks good.
Yes.
Because that looks wacky. That looks like something I haven't seen. It keeps reminding me of the Golden Compass, though. Like, I keep thinking, like, oh, it's based on this book. There's a polar bear. It looks like there's, like, kids being taken and held somewhere.
Yeah.
Was this the Golden Compass? But I don't think it...
It is.
It is?
Yep.
Oh.
It's a remake of that, yeah.
Oh, so it's the same books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now that explains it. But it looks like a darker, better version.
Yeah, because the Golden Compass is not a good movie.
No, it's not.
It's very... I didn't even finish it. I couldn't believe how horrible it was.
That makes me feel even better, knowing that it's based on something that's like a really well-beloved literary work.
Right, yeah. So I'm actually very excited for this. This is going to be, I think, giving Westworld a run for its money as far as HBO's new Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Westworld won't be... God, I don't think they have it. I don't think anybody... We're going to have to just wait for the next cultural Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I mean,
we could just use that as a segue. You want to talk about Westworld Season 3, the trailer?
Yeah, it looks so... it looks good,
it looks fine. Pinkman's there.
Pinkman's there, right.
I don't know.
By the way, what's going on with Pinkman and Bryan Cranston? What are they trying to hint at with these? Like,
are they hinting at stuff?
Yeah, they've got like pictures together and they're like tweeting, like,
well,
cryptic.
Aren't they doing a Breaking Bad movie?
Well, they wouldn't both be, right? Because he's dead. Oh, spoilers.
Unless flashback.
Didn't they tell everything there was to tell? You saw...
You didn't specify who is dead, so we can leave that in.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, not a spoiler.
So one of them dies.
Yeah, well, anyway. But yeah, no, they're planning something. I almost hope it's not. I hope it's just another collaboration.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. God, those two were so great.
They were really good.
Yes.
But yeah, I hope for the best with Westworld, but there's a part of me that just got a little tired in season 2. And
it wasn't nearly as good as 1.
And thematically, I'm like, I don't know how much more you guys can stretch this and actually have something to say.
Well, now the thing is the robots are out of the park, right? That's the next move.
Yeah, but I felt like book 1 series, the first season, was so well defined. It felt like just an 8 or 10 hour movie.
Sure.
Now I'm like, but you're just stretching it.
The second season was very uneven. There were some great episodes in there.
Yes.
But it wasn't great.
The Native American episode was, it was like a 1 hour movie. It was perfect. It was great. But yeah, I'm not super pumped for it. And I wish I was.
No, I'm not hugely pumped, but it will be something to watch.
It will.
Yes.
It will be something to watch.
It will be something to watch, something to add.
Something, I guess, technically that would be something to watch is Watchmen, the series. Why are we even doing this? I'm not on board for this at all.
Okay. I thought you meant this show.
No,
because all I'm doing is sighing and getting upset with everything.
I guess.
Okay, the new trailer was better, I guess, because it wasn't just focused on that cult like that teaser was.
Right. Yeah.
But it seems entirely pointless.
The original characters and the original purpose was to have a commentary on the tropes of superhero comics.
Right.
Now I'm watching this and I'm saying, what is your purpose? Because all you feel like is the leftovers from dinner from 3 nights ago.
Right.
You're not interesting. You're cold. You're gross.
Well, I guess this could expand on that whole.
Maybe. I'm just so tired of seeing the iconic characters are gone. Now let's watch the effect they had on the world with a cult. Or here's another character that was inspired by them.
Well, and it's interesting because they appear to have flashbacks in there too.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, like the Minutemen, the original Watchmen.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it because I love the Watchmen, the fucking graphic novel. Is it a sequel to Zack Snyder's movie, or is it pretending Zack Snyder's movie doesn't exist?
I believe the idea is that it's actually a sequel to the comic.
Okay. Okay.
Which is like great, but also all the characters that I love were in that comic, not in this show.
Right.
So not super. I mean, Dr. Manhattan seems to be there, right. But
well, like, how do you have the Watchmen without like the comedian and Rorschach? And you're right. Like all these extremely like deep characters. They're fucking awesome.
They're deep characters, and they're commentaries on archetypes. So they fill the archetype role. Right. That I feel like a lot of people, we really actually like archetypes in our movies. Now we don't want to bland, just cut out archetype.
Right. No, you need them almost.
But yeah, I just don't feel like we have that in this. So I'm not interested really at all. Last thing is Rick and Morty season 4.
Which I will leave to you because I've never seen this show. I keep getting told I have to watch this.
All I'm going to say is this is my most anticipated show for the remainder of the year.
Okay.
And it's a great show and you should watch it. The clip, they didn't actually have a trailer. They just had a clip, which was Taika Waititi is playing an alien.
Okay.
And Rick, he's kind of like the Doc sort of analog for the show.
Yeah.
He tattooed on Taika Waititi's forehead, "Don't make my app," because he's an alien that just wants to create apps.
Okay.
And it's a fun little clip. It's not the greatest thing, but I'm very hopeful because I have a lot of respect for the people.
I'm sure it'll be funny.
I have a lot of respect for Dan Harmon, guy who wrote and created Community.
Okay.
He wrote it, and I think he's kind of a genius. So.
All right.
So yeah, let's go into Shillville. The Marvel panel.
Yeah. So, I'll get my thoughts out of the way.
Sure.
I mean, I'm excited because Marvel makes quality stuff. I like most of their stuff, and now you have a slate of a bunch of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I also feel like I don't know if this is setting in for everyone, but I feel like if I would have seen a chart like this like 8 years ago, I would have been like, oh my God. But now it's almost like you're going through the motions. Mm-hmm. Like there's not, the one I'm pumped for is Doctor Strange.
I'm pumped for multiple ones, but my levels go all over the place. But sure. I do kind of agree. I do think you're right. If I had seen this even just 4 years ago,
it's almost like we're spoiled.
Yes. Oh, we're absolutely spoiled. Right. Because because I think that part of why you get excited is you're like, the potential could be anything, but now we know what Marvel does and we know sort of like the range to which they work.
Right.
And you're like, it could either be fine or it could be great.
Sure.
But there's no more of like, oh, what could this be?
Yep.
I hope they pull it off, you know? Was there Doctor Strange was your big one?
That's the one I'm pumped for.
I love the subtitle.
What is it? It's like
the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, it's like a fucking H.P. Lovecraftian type thing.
I'm so pumped for it.
Didn't they say it's a horror movie?
It's the first one that's going to be
a scary Marvel movie. Yes.
And Wanda is going to be in it with him, which I'm pretty pumped about that.
Okay.
I like that. Like, so they announced 5 TV shows and 5 movies.
Okay.
And
no Avengers movies.
No
right?
Avenger movie. It's not the first phase without an Avenger movie. Wait, no, it is. Actually, it is. I'm sorry.
They're going to sneak an Avenger movie in.
I don't think they can. I think they're smart enough to know that they got to wait a while. At least that's my take.
They're not waiting much. They're blasting out movies left and right.
They're waiting a while to build up
the event movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Any idea what the threat that's going to be building is going to be throughout these?
I've got a ton of theories, but since we literally just have an announcement, it could go any which way. I'm really pumped for that. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
Really weird title. Love the Jane Thor story from the comics.
Sure.
Not so pumped about Natalie Portman coming back.
I was going to say, are you ready for, I can't picture her in a Taika Waititi movie.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work for me in my head.
It's it's
just
like,
doesn't.
I feel like I could give myself an aneurysm trying to figure that out.
Like, I feel like, okay, she would work in, you brought up Wes Anderson earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to say like she might work in a Wes Anderson movie.
Right.
Like Gwyneth Paltrow works in a Wes Anderson movie.
Right. Yeah.
I don't see her as a type, but probably wrong. So
now there is some backlash on the internet. Did you have any backlash to this? Were you saying like this is fucking
there shouldn't
stupid?
Be a female Thor? See, okay, I'm of the mind where it's like, dude, they've made like 20 fucking movies. Like, you got to start doing some wacky, weird shit, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. And if you read the comic, it's this great, like, I think one of the best things that you should do with Thor is that Thor's a god. You get the dichotomy between a mortal and a god.
Okay. Yep.
And that's exactly what the series was, because basically Jane Foster gets cancer. And then every time she wields the hammer, it actually so it makes her all buff and she gets the powers of Thor, but it purges her body of all the chemo. So every time that she transforms, she's actually literally undoing her own treatments to save her own life.
Okay.
So it's this ultimate like ticking clock of like, if you keep doing this, you're going to die because you're not getting any better. And spoilers for anybody who hasn't read it, she dies at the end.
Oh, so we'll only get her for one movie.
And Thor gets his hammer back because he learns to be worthy again.
Okay.
And it's like...
Yeah, but we've done that already.
We have. We have done the whole like worthy, unworthy thing. I don't know how they're going to tie in that angle. Because
I guess they can just fuck with whatever they want. Really.
Yeah, they can. All I'm hoping for is that it's still the cancer angle and that it's a tragic death at the end.
Taika Waititi doing a cancer movie.
Yeah.
After doing Ragnarok, which is like the farthest thing from like a serious...
I mean, I have no idea where we could go with this. I mean, we could get Beta Ray Bill. Dude is fucking awesome.
Okay.
He's a horse-faced dude.
Okay.
He went toe-to-toe with Thor without a hammer and held his own.
There you go.
So, yeah, I'm pumped for that. And I would say Eternals.
Now, which crew is this?
This is Kumail Nanjiani, Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've heard the director is really good. I've been meaning to check out her work. I think the cast is really good. It's got Rob Stark too.
Okay.
And oh God, what's her name? Hispanic. Why am I blanking on her fucking name? Anyways,
Penelope Cruz, Michelle Rodriguez,
closer to Penelope
Selma
Cruz.
Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
Awful.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Just start listing Hispanics.
Yep. Selma Hayek's in it. I love the idea of this because it's the whole like immortals have been around among us for years or whatever.
Okay.
But I love what it represents for the Marvel universe because we're finally going to get into the origin of certain things.
Sure.
So that's really great.
I see Florence Pugh is in the Black Widow movie.
She's going to be the other Black Widow that was trained in the Red Room. So I'm pumped for that. I'm actually very excited for the Black Widow movie because
it's got your boy David Harbour. And
one
Florence
of the best
Pugh. Performers of the year so far, Florence Pugh.
Yeah. And Natasha is always good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I and apparently the action is going to be very Winter Soldiery, which is
good.
Exactly what we need. Yeah. How about let's just go series or movie
TV shows or whatever.
So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
You excited for this at all?
Not really.
Not really?
No. I'm just not.
Okay.
Is there a Loki series?
There is a Loki series.
That's the one I'm excited for.
Okay. I think that one's going to be a lot of fun.
Not to skip over. No, we can go back. We can go back to the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I want to see one of these series before I get like super excited.
I like that they're going to be. I think they're going to be mini series, and I think they're going to be limited. So I don't think like
it's not like fucking 13 episode Netflix fucking shows.
I would say expect a 6 to 8 episode range. Because they're going to apparently have decent sized budgets.
Okay.
And I like the interaction between Bucky and Sam. I think that they have a nice little interplay for the most part. We only scraped the surface on it, but that'll be fun. I like the fact that Daniel Bruhl is coming back as Baron Zemo. Sure. That's going to be a lot of fun. Great performer.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him.
And they're getting his comic accurate.
Fucking Rush, man.
Yeah, Rush.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
If you haven't watched Rush, by the way.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Let's just
plug away.
Yeah, plug away.
It's a great movie.
What else? Oh, I like the fact that apparently Anthony Mackie just isn't just going to be Cap right off the bat.
Okay.
I like that he's going to sort of, I think it's going to be the kind of like
the reluctant,
this isn't for me thing. And eventually he'll come around to it. I think that's pretty good. We kind of touched on Eternals. I'll tell you the thing that's got me really pumped is, so the idea behind the Eternals is they're created by the Celestials. We saw them in Guardians 1. They were that big guy that had the staff.
Yep.
And they're a race of basically beings that go around and mess with genetics on different planets. And the origins for that are pretty fucking great. Like the reasoning behind it is pretty fucking great. If you've read Earth X, it's a Marvel book. It's fucking.
I have not read Earth X.
Unbelievable. I need to lend it to you. It's
really good.
It's so fucking good. Basically, the idea is that they go around and fuck with people's species because their children are so big that they need to inhabit a planet. So basically a planet is an incubator for their child, and they experiment on all of the living beings that are on the planet so that they can develop superpowers.
Okay.
And that means that inherently the beings on that planet will protect the baby because they will protect their own planet from invaders.
All right.
So that explains literally mutants. It explains why Peter Parker didn't die of radiation poisoning by being bitten by a radioactive spider.
That sounds fun.
It's great.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It's super good.
Are the X-Men going to get wedged into any of this shit?
That's the thing that excites me, is like, you now have a real legitimate reason and way to introduce the X-Men. Like
shit.
And a thing to make them different.
But do they have to wait to do that?
I think they have to. I think they'll be coming in season 2, phase 5, season 5 of Marvel. And I think you can tie in Galactus into this too, because in Earth X, his reason for being, fuck it, I'm not. You know what? Not gonna do it.
You're not gonna.
I don't want to spoil it because I want
don't
you.
Spoil it.
I want you to read this comic. It's so fucking great.
By the way, Tyrion is hovering. He's like a shark under the table right now.
Yeah, Tyrion's.
Be wary.
He's rubbing up against me. He likes me.
Yeah.
Tyrion is Jackson's cat. It's not like his roommate or anything.
It's not Peter Dinklage underneath the table.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Don't know anything about this. Again.
But are you pumped?
This is the Mandarin thing.
The Mandarin.
Okay. Yep.
Are you kind of pumped that we get to learn about the Mandarin?
I'd be more pumped. Are they bringing back Ben Kingsley to kind of go, we know, we fucked it up. We had Ben Kingsley. Fuck.
They're not. They're bringing in an Asian actor, Chinese actor, I believe, to play the Mandarin. So.
Okay, so they're not whitewashing.
No.
Or what is Ben Kingsley? I guess is he white?
He's half white, half Indian.
Okay.
I'm a
fan. I love Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley is amazing.
Fucking amazing.
He's an amazing actor. But yeah, I'm kind of pumped for that. And I think that they were really smart in tying in an old Iron Man villain to get people pumped for a character that otherwise maybe people wouldn't be.
Sure.
So that's just kind of genius. WandaVision. It's Wanda and Vision.
This is a show.
It's the show. WandaVision. Now, I kind of like this because it sort of invokes the Wonka vision thing.
Okay. You think it's a clever play on words.
I think that, but I also think, because apparently it's going to be, it takes inspiration from, I think it's going to take inspiration from a couple things. One, Wanda goes fucking nuts, gives everybody what they want. It's called House of M.
Oh, okay. You told me about this.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
And she goes nuts and like her kids die and she goes nuts. And she gives everybody what they want, therefore resurrecting her children. I think they're going to take a little bit of that, and then they're going to take a little bit of Vision. Had a comic run recently where he was kind of in like a 1950s/60s sort of suburban, like Leave It to Beaver type show.
That's where he fits.
Yeah.
As a character, his sweater. He looks like a old, goofy.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I'm hoping they kind of fuse the two.
I just can't get excited about a WandaVision show because they're not two of the characters that have been like my favorites.
Right.
Know? I guess that makes sense. You put them on TV shows.
Yeah. Well, I think that's how you make people invested when they come back to the Avenger movie. It's very smart. Loki series.
There you go. I'm ready.
I'm going to follow the Loki that disappeared in Endgame.
Yeah, I'm totally ready.
It's going to be fun.
Whatever they do. I don't even care if they do that. I just love the character.
Yep.
I think that this was Tom Hiddleston's, the Schitt. Yeah, I'm excited.
Least interested thing Oh, we skipped over Doctor Strange, but we already talked about Doctor Strange.
About that.
What if ... question mark. It's going to be an animated series. They're getting a lot of the characters, a lot of the actors coming back to do the voice work of their original characters. And it's just basically, I think every single Marvel movie, so I think this is going to be their longest series with like 22 episodes or whatever. I think every single one is going to get a what if something else had happened in the movie.
Interesting.
Yep. And what's our guy from Westworld? You named him last week.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins?
No, the other one, the black guy.
Oh God, you're really putting me on the fucking spot.
Right.
Oh,
I like him.
I wanted to say Terrence Howard, but it's not him. Oh, you son of a bitch. I had it last week and I don't have it anymore. But yes, I know who you're talking about.
He is going to be the voice of the Watcher.
That drives me nuts. And who is the Watcher?
The Watcher is a dude. Remember in Guardians 2 when you were like fucking annoyed at all of the post-credit scenes?
Oh, no, I didn't like the Stan Lee thing.
The Stan Lee one at the very end where he's with all those aliens with big heads.
That's Jeffrey Wright. That's the Watchers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So they just basically watch and catalog. They've got the whole like forbidden from interacting and interfering thing.
Oh, that's kind of neat though. So they've watched all the movies with us.
Yes.
And this is just a what if scenario.
Yep, it's just based on the what if comic series where basically almost every single one of them ends terribly. It's like, what if somebody else had been hit by the gamma bomb or whatever instead of Bruce? And it's like Bruce dies of cancer and the world fucking explodes because he wasn't the Hulk. Hawkeye, the series.
Okay, I'll watch that too. I mean, I'm watching all, but I'd be excited to watch that because I like him as a character. He's interesting to me.
You about ready to fall asleep with all this Marvel news?
No, I was just thinking about. Well, first off, yes, it is a gauntlet of news.
It is.
But no, I was thinking about the Watchers and the what if thing.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I going to make it through that? That's like 20 something episodes. It better be really good.
I think it's going to be standard animated thing where it's going to be like a half an hour long.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be as trying.
Are they like, how are they breaking down? Like, are they doing just parts of the movie?
I think so. I think it's going to be an abbreviated, abridged version.
It'll be neat if they get the actors, like if they get Jeff Bridges and
they are. They're getting a lot of them.
Sweet.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. I mean, they had a whole picture.
How much money are they spending on all this
I don't know.
Shit?
I mean, I think Disney with Disney Plus, they are just loading it with money because they're like, all in.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, based on Star Wars, based on all of their existing properties they already have, Disney Plus is kind of a must buy, which means something probably has to go eventually, like one of my other subscriptions.
Yeah.
But Hawkeye series. He's going to train the young girl Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
So
is that his daughter?
It's in the comics. It's not.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be his daughter in this series.
Sure.
But yeah, this was insane. Oh, and they started the panel with the big news that Endgame finally has surpassed Avatar as number one of all time.
Congrats to you.
Yeah.
I know this is your crowning achievement.
Right. Yeah, because I had so much invested in this.
Yeah, big time.
It is pretty cool. Like, I mean, to see a new number one global movie, that doesn't happen all that often.
I mean, you got a couple years.
I mean,
till Avatar gets re-released again, and then those sons of bitches and Disney just laughs all the way to the bank because they own it all.
I will say there's an amazing amount of naysayers jumping in and saying why Avatar is still the king, or how Avatar is going to take back the crown.
Sure.
There's a lot of like, you can't just let
I'm a naysayer.
Avengers like have their day. You gotta steal. Like, you imagine that like you got a son. You graduated from college. You're like, well, your sister's going to make more money than you when she graduates.
Hey, I got to be a naysayer because we got to have a balance on this show.
It's true.
So yeah, it deserves it.
It does. It's a enjoyable movie.
Yes. It deserves to be number one. I don't have a problem with that. I am, it should be interesting though. Like, what is Avatar 2 gonna do?
Right. Well, I think that's the thing that everybody's expecting is James Cameron really going to up the ante on it.
How can he?
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I feel like it can't be as big as the first one. There's no fucking way.
And I don't feel like the movie has aged. I mean, how many people talk about Avatar today? I mean,
You're right, but it's been a while.
In this
that
context,
could be a problem though, waiting this long.
That's part of it. Like, I know that, like, we say nostalgia is always there, but I mean, is there nostalgia for Avatar?
There was only one movie, so it's harder. But I'm just thinking, okay, Return of the Jedi was 83.
Right.
Phantom Menace was 99.
Right.
So that's 16 years. By
But
the
that's
time
Star
Avatar
Wars.
2 comes out, yeah, but it's still like the biggest movie ever made.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you're going inflation, it's like Gone with the Wind or something.
Right. And we can't. I hate the argument for inflation because it's like, how many TV stations existed at the time? How many streaming services? How many video game systems? How many hours were people working at the time? The amount of things that have changed in society, it's incomparable. We live in a different world today.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't do it. I mean, that movie got released. That movie played 7 or 8 months out of the year in its initial run. Like, that doesn't happen anymore.
It could.
It could. It just doesn't.
Hey, there's a little movie called The Greatest Showman that played for 6 or 7 months.
It did.
Didn't make billions of dollars.
No, it didn't.
But
yeah, I mean, that would be insane. Oh my God, it's insane. But
it's crazy that Avengers is already on digital.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It just came out.
I always hate that too.
Because I can't go buy the physical copy.
I want the goddamn physical copy.
They're bastards. They know. Because they know people like you. And I don't know if you're going to do it or not.
I'm not.
But I can imagine someone like you going, oh, well, fuck it. I need to watch it again right now.
Yeah.
And then you do that. And then you want the physical copy too. So you double dip.
Yep. I'm not going to do it though.
No.
I have restraint.
Good for you.
I have some restraint. But yeah, the Marvel panel really kind of was the thing that, there were some little blips on the radar with Comic-Con this year, but Marvel really was the big atomic bomb.
Well, yeah, because they have this is the next thing. It's the next phase.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The future is very bright for them.
Do you think so? I don't. I can't imagine it's bright.
Fantastic Four, X-Men. They still have Avengers.
I get that, but we've all okay. I don't think it's dim. I don't think they're going to go under.
Right.
But this can't sustain itself forever. I'm sorry. It just can't at this level. Can it?
I don't think it can at this level. I don't think making $2.8 billion is going to be
right
an every 3 or 4 year thing. I think it can. I think the idea is you just have to have the diversity in tone and genres and that. And I think you can make it last. I hate when people compare this to the Western because it's not comparable. The Western has a setting, it has a look, it has archetypes.
Well, they're not billion-dollar movies either.
No, but people like to say, oh, the comic book movie, superhero movie will go the way of the Western. It's but the Western is a time period. It is a look. It is a feel. You can make a Western superhero movie. You can make a suspense horror superhero movie. It literally, all it means is that there's somebody in a costume. That's literally all it means. Or they have superpowers. And maybe not even because you got a Black Widow fucking thing. So
I just feel, I don't know. Like I said, I look at this slate of releases and I'm not horribly excited, except for the Doctor Strange movie.
But were you excited when they did the big
Infinity War? I was pretty fucking pumped for when I saw that on the last one, the last big map.
Okay,
but that's what I was going for. You know what I'm saying?
It was leading to something,
right? So now it's a starting over, and there's almost a fatigue feel that I get looking at that.
It's I would say this is phase one all over again. We're setting up the new phase for the new characters. And by phase 6, it's going to be, if they do their job right, and we like the characters and they put out solid movies, it will be not Endgame levels, I don't think, because I don't think you can make... I'm just going to throw out Shang-Chi for reference, but I don't think you can make Shang-Chi into Iron Man or Captain America level characters. Right. Just because like the comics he's based on, they don't have as rich of a lore for the character. But we'll see. I'll be interested.
Well, I mean, I know you're pumped. You're the Marvel shill. So where's the DC map?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that like Flash lost another set of directors?
No, but I heard they're still making it, which shocks me that it's happening. I don't even understand why they're not just scrapping everything. They need to scrap Superman now. Yeah. They need to just fix it.
Do you know Henry Cavill still wants to play him?
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I don't want him to play him.
Well, there's a level of just like you talk about fatigue. It's just I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Well, I'm sorry, but Henry Cavill, I love you, buddy, but I wasn't thrilled with your portrayal of Superman. I'm not thrilled. I don't think you sucked. You looked like Superman. Great.
He was just given such non-Superman character things to do. It's just depressing.
Yeah, he had his best moments were in Justice League.
Which is so sad because it's like the worst movie.
The best things in Justice League were, okay, we're finally going to let Superman be Superman.
Yes, I agree.
And the movie's fucking terrible. It's like the worst thing ever.
It's so bad. I tried watching it again.
I've watched it twice. Yeah, it's terrible.
But do you want to go into our most famous of segments?
Shit we watched?
Whoa. Shit we watched.
I only have one thing, so it'll be quick. I'm halfway through the first season of The Boys on Amazon.
Yeah, how are you liking that?
When it started, I was hating it because there's conveniences and sloppy writing and it moves too fast. And it's like, okay, example would be two of the main characters. One of them is a normal guy who's not a superhero, whose girlfriend is killed by a superhero who's being like, we saw it in the trailers. Was it in the trailer? I never saw the trailer, but yes. Yeah.
She just gets obliterated by a speedster. Yeah. Which is great, actually.
Right. Well, and that's just it. There's shit like that. Yeah. That is awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, he ends up on a park bench. And one of the other main characters is this blonde girl, and I forget the name of her like superhero name, but she's a superhero.
Right.
And she always wanted to be one of the 7 who are like the big 7 superheroes, like the Justice League or something.
Yeah.
So she gets recruited to do that, but then quickly discovers that like it's not all it's cracked up to be. You're not spending your time being a hero. You're like part of a corporation and you have like numbers to hit and you need your polling to be good. And it's all about making money for this corporation.
Okay.
So she's upset. Anyway, they end up sitting on the same park bench at this park. And like, I thought I had missed a scene because I'm like, wait a minute. Do they know each other? Like, how did this happen? It just seemed so fast. This is all in the first episode. Like there isn't an explanation for how they got to the same park. It's just like they're on a bench together. And that was the moment where I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. But there's a lot of that. I do like Carl Urban.
Yeah.
The show is getting better. There are tons, and it really bothers me that I can't get into it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But there are tons of like great moments in it.
Okay.
My cat is stealing a straw out of the trash can, people. This is just...
See, this is why people are all up in arms about straws.
Oh, the plastic straws.
Yeah, cats.
Funny segue. In the Bahamas, at the hotel we were at, they use paper straws.
Right.
Like a milkshake, they give you a paper straw. Thing's done in like... The straw is cooked.
Oh.
Like in no time. You wiggle the straw around and it's just like a fucking sloppy.
Ooh.
They don't hold form, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem. But I guess by the ocean it makes sense. But anyways, yeah, the show. There's a ton of shit that's like, I wanted to be like texting you like, oh my God, hilarious, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, right.
There was the 4th episode has a scene that's kind of a play on shit you've seen in real superhero shit.
Right.
where it's turned on its head and it's like, okay, this is like these people are assholes.
Right.
And it is fucking great. The character Homelander, who's like the Superman.
Yeah, Superman, Captain America,
he's
amalgam.
Fucking great.
Right, yeah.
Oh, awful. Just a piece of shit. There's an Aquaman character who's a dirtbag. There's like a Wonder Woman character who seems okay so far. But yeah, the characters are pretty fun. The action's fun. The gore and like the brutality of the show is really fun.
Yeah.
Is it great? No. I'd compare it, I guess, on quality level. I think it's about where the superhero show on Netflix is.
The Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy. It's like there for me. But this one, the difference is the trajectories are the opposite.
Right. Yeah. Because Umbrella Academy started pretty great.
Right. The trajectories for me are it's
the
like
the
exact opposite.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it ends. But yeah, that's where I'm at now with it.
Okay. So I watched just a couple things. Actually, while you were gone, I didn't watch a ton.
Perfect. It's how it should be.
Yeah. I watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the new season.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah,
if you
I
haven't
like
watched
that show.
If you've watched a season, it's just more of that.
Okay.
And if you haven't watched it, it's Jerry Seinfeld interviewing comedians while he gets coffee and drives a vintage car of some kind. And it's great. It's great. This season you had Eddie Murphy. That was pretty great. Jamie Foxx was on it. He was freaking great. Martin Short.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good people on it, and people that you remember the episode in Seinfeld where they get stuck in traffic.
Yes.
And there's the guy who drives by and Jerry's like, well, if it isn't so and so, and he just calls him like his car's name.
Right.
That guy is apparently a really good friend of Jerry Seinfeld, and he's in it.
All right.
It's great. It's a great show. It's light. You know?
Yeah, I like that show. You just pop it on. It's like 20 minutes an episode.
It's very relaxing. You feel like you're kind of at a coffee shop, kind of. It's just very kind of laid back, but it's still funny. So yeah, highly recommend the show. Love it. I watched the beginnings of a really, really, really shitty anime. Like The Room level bad of anime. As far as like
possible?
Yeah.
Does Beyonce play every character in the show?
Oh my God. Listen to our Lion King review. It's like Saint Sensei or something like that. It's on Netflix. It's a CGI animated one. And it's horrendous. You want to talk, I think you're talking about bad writing in that The Boys show.
Yes.
You should watch this. It's like a kindergartner wrote it. It's fucking atrocious. The performances are terrible. The world makes no sense. People just do things to just do things. It's god awful. I actually started hate watching it. Like I've never had a hate watch show. You know, some people are like, I watched the Kim Kardashian show because they're so stupid. It's hilarious to me.
That's just them covering for the fact that they watched the show.
I know. I kind of hate that. Yeah. But I did start doing that, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I watched a documentary called A True Hack about the election, the last election.
Russia shit?
Well, not the Russia shit. It was the company that was behind Trump's campaign and Brexit.
Okay. There
was like a marketing firm or whatever, and they were the ones who kind of collected all this data. They were the ones who did like the whole like Facebook thing.
Okay.
And Mark Zuckerberg had to go and deal with the Senate and straight up lied about it. And it was really eye-opening. And
intriguing. What's it on? Is it on Netflix or something?
It's on Netflix. So it's free for everybody. It was really good. It's disheartening because at the end of the day, it's like this should be a bipartisan issue. It shouldn't be, oh, you're just mad that Trump won or Brexit happened or whatever. It's like, are you okay with companies having this much information on you that you did not acknowledge them to give?
We give it to them every day.
Right.
Well, I guess, but then they get hacked and we lose it. Right.
One of the things that happened is that they would actually go and they would do like those personality tests that you would see online.
Okay.
And your friend will do it. But guess what? If you're on his friends list, they got all of your data. everything that you've posted, everything that's on Facebook, everything that's private, all the messages.
Shit, so basically the shit we agree to without reading us just handing over everyone's shit.
Well, the thing is like, yeah, because basically your friend does this personality test and other people other companies were not taking your data. They would just take your friends. They were taking everybody's data that was on that friends list.
Jesus.
So they said at least 5,000 points of data on 30 million American voters.
God, that's crazy.
And yeah, it was insane. And
what is their link to them controlling who people vote for, though?
Well,
that's where I get
right. What they did was they actually started putting out fake memes, like the whole the lock her up thing.
Sure. Yeah.
They started putting out just fake memes, but they said well, what we do is we just put it out there and we don't put a name on it. We don't put our name on it. We just post it in a forum or something.
That's all you have to do. Boom.
And then there it is.
Wildfire. Yeah.
And they would do it on both sides to fan the flames. And
so they're just sons of bitches.
Yes. And what they would also do is they got hired. So I believe it's Trinidad. They went down to Trinidad and there's basically a black, it's kind of, if it goes down party line or race lines as far as the political parties down there. So there's a black party and there's an Indian party.
Okay.
And they wanted the Indian party. They were working for the Indian party. So what they did is they actually marketed to the black party by hitting the youth and started a campaign called Do So, which was basically this is a corrupt government system. Don't vote. Protest the system.
Ah, interesting.
So they said, do so. And they had all these memes and stuff. And it became viral with the young kids. The Indian to black young adult vote was 3-1.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And that's how they did it, is they just created apathy or distaste. Yeah. I mean, they manipulated people. And that's kind of the point of marketing, period. But it's now they have so many data points on you, they can actually somewhat accurately predict your behavior.
Well, and you spread shit for them.
Right.
It's crazy.
By even being online.
Right.
And it's not even just by being online, they can fucking hack your phone. So it's one of those things you watch and you're like, no more internet at all.
You don't want to watch. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Don't just like iRobot.
Yeah. It's fucked. It's just kind of fucked because now we live in a society where we just can't even have conversations because people are so at each other's throats and you can't believe anything you see, which is why nobody trusts any trustworthy news sites anymore.
There aren't really any.
Right. I mean, there's always a slant.
I'm almost to the point now where I prefer to read shit that's marked editorial or opinion because then at least I know what they're I know that it's an opinion.
Right.
It's not it's not fucking blanketing itself as something it's not.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, there's always going to be a slant and we can't get away from that. But now it's, so that was really depressing and leave off on something you might not be happy with me. I watched the first episode of Schitt's Creek.
Okay. And I thought it was terrible.
I did not think it was funny.
It gets better as it goes.
But it is funny. I was so unimpressed with the characters. I was
oh, come on. You don't like David? I think David's his name. The kid,
is
the boy,
the gay son.
Yes. He's the best character.
He was the one that stuck out to me. But I didn't like him. He just stuck out
all right. Show's canceled.
It was not fun. I was surprised that you said you liked it.
It's the lowest common denominator of funny, but it is funny and it gets better. You know what's funny? Sitcoms, I feel like, and comedic shows in general, I feel like they take the longest to kind of get their groove, if that makes sense. Most comedy shows don't hit their stride until second or third season. And this is even true, I would say, of Seinfeld. Which
I actually disagree. I think Seinfeld hits the ground running.
Oh, no.
I mean, I think maybe the first couple episodes are a little bit of a struggle. I mean,
I don't think
they're
it's
still
bad,
funny.
but it's not heyday Seinfeld.
No, I would agree. Season. I would agree. It's not as good. I would still say it's good.
They're still settling into their characters,
Especially, like, I'd say the first episode. I think the first two episodes.
I think the entire first season.
God damn it! I'm gonna fucking go
watch it
and watch it again because I love that show.
Like Kramer, for instance, is a good example of that.
Kramer is like, a different character.
Now we learn how far we're gonna take this.
Yes,
sliding into the room thing. But no, Schitt's Creek. I liked it. I have talked to other people that don't though. I think it's funny. The drunken lush mom, I think, is funny, even though I fucking can't stand her. I'm just a big fan of Eugene Levy.
Yeah, he's
and
good,
I think his kid's talented too. The gay son, that's his real kid in real life.
Yeah.
I think he's talented.
He's a good actor.
The eyebrows on those two guys, Jesus Christ,
eyebrows for days.
Yeah, but no, that's fine. You know what?
Can't
fuck off.
It was the thing that because you didn't like. God, what was it? What was the thing that you didn't like?
Is this payback?
No.
Oh, the Chinese, the Asian comedy show, right?
Yeah,
the movie. I thought it was okay. Like I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like comedy is, I think, the most subjective thing that we
could be.
I think comedy and music,
horror. I think horror is pretty subjective too.
I think you're probably right. I guess it depends on how much you're exposed to for horror.
Right.
But yeah, comedy is purely about taste.
Well, if you think about it, it's like that nerd show. What is it called? The one that was huge.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. That's like one of the biggest comedies ever.
Yeah, and I hate it.
And it's not it's not that great. Right.
No. But anyways, I think that's the end of the episode. Long episode.
The last episode of the show ever.
Of our show?
Because you didn't like Schitt's Creek. It's all over.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, it's all over. Last. I'm so offended. Now, if you would have come in and been like, Dark stinks, might have to cancel the show.
I like how you just kind of like throw out like, if you do this, show's over.
Show's over. Yeah, if you ever... no. Well,
you're always thinking of how you can get out of the show.
Yeah, that's it. And damn it never works. Because Dark's good. You can depend on Dark.
Yes. Good old Dark.
If the next Disney remake, if you think it's amazing, show's canceled.
It could be legitimately amazing. You could agree with me. But if
show's canceled. Yep, even if I agree.
I agree. Is it Mulan?
I think it's Mulan, yeah.
Oh man. A lot of pressure on you, Mulan.
Yeah, you better not be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's it for the show.
That's it for the show.
All right. I've been Jackson.
I've been home in the movies. Thanks for listening.